Luna Snow, and I've gotta give credit to Comic Drake for his video recounting her history, Luna Snow was a mobile game exclusive character created by Marvel to try and tap into the appeal of K-pop, who eventually graduated to having her own miniseries, but remained reasonably obscure until Marvel Rivals brought her out as a launch character for what turned out to be a huge hero shooter success story. Summarizing her very briefly, she's a K-pop star who got blasted with cold nuclear fusion energy due to supervillain shenanigans at her debut concert, and now she has ice powers that allow her to use light ice to heal people and dark ice to hurt people. So obviously she's now a superhero who's also a K-pop star, because of course, what else was she gonna do? As a design, she is... well, in terms of body type, she is the standard issue superhero athletic babe archetype. Long legs, hourglass waist, skinny proportions, modest but noticeable bust, and her face is a fairly typical adhering to the beauty standards of the moment kind of situation. It is more characterful in its textures than the Disney-esque blank faces you get in Overwatch. Luna's skin actually has a little bit of texture, but Luna Snow for the most part looks pretty much exactly the way that you would expect any generic female superhero to look. And I'm certainly willing to make that a criticism. Like many superhero characters, she has almost no physical individuality except in her costuming, which is something that I find rather annoying. But with Luna specifically, well, if she's a K-pop star, that's also exactly the kind of body that you would expect her to have. It's the kind of body that the K-pop industry largely produces, and with rather brutal and abusive efficiency. So where for most female superheroes, having the standard body is a little bit of a knock against their character design because the standard body rarely tells anyone's story, for Luna, no, actually, that is exactly the kind of body that would be the result of the kind of life that she leads. It does tell her story. She's a K-pop star. Of course, she rigorously adheres to beauty standards. Her costuming, meanwhile, is of the fairly literal kind. She has black and white hair, she can produce black and white ice, so her costume is black and white as well, because, you know, why challenge a theme? To soften the contrast between the black and the white, they then add a cheerful, optimistic sky blue, which both aligns with her ice theme and ensures that her color palette looks friendly and heroic rather than, you know, stark and kind of scary. In the time since Luna's release, Rivals has of course overused that blue and white color scheme absolutely to death, which isn't Luna's fault, but it does keep infringing on her uniqueness, and that's kind of a pity. Her costume design does strike a good balance between pop star stage fit and superhero outfit, and I especially like the asymmetric cropped jacket and its high collar. That has a really nice energy to it, even if I think her high black boots could do with, I don't know, something else down there to break up that big dark color surface. Luna Snow isn't exactly groundbreakingly unique. Wow, a hero with a light side and a dark side in a light and dark costume. Never seen that before, but she's solid on the fundamentals, and she makes the standard body, which is an empty design trope in so many other places in Rivals, actually work for her as a meaningful component of her storytelling. I think she goes in A tier.